Hello friends, my name is Masud. Today we shall discuss about topic the estimate activity duration process. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam or PMP in near future. So let's start. First of all, I request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, estimate activity duration is basically a process of project management which is defined in the PMBOK Guide, Project Management Body of Knowledge. It is a book issued by PMI, Project Management Institute, which is a non-profit based organization and a very popular and a very recognized certificate of PMI is PMP, which is recognized all over the world. And the estimate activity duration is basically a process of project time management knowledge area of project management, and it is a part of the planning phase. Now, what does it mean actually, estimate activity duration? Basically, friend, whenever we are implementing a project, we have to define the scope of work that we are going to deliver. Then once the scope of work has been defined, then we have to define the work breakdown structure, that how we can divide, and rule concept that how we can divide the whole scope into smaller pieces of chunks so that we can estimate it. So based on that, we identify the activities in the project. Activities means the tasks which we have to perform. Okay, and then the most important question is the how much time duration is required. For example, let's suppose you are implementing e-commerce solution and there is a task of software development, for example. So how much time is required for software development? There is another task uh, for quality assurance. So how much time is required to complete the quality assurance? There is a task of production deployment of release. So how much time is required for production deployment? So that means basically once you identify the duration and you when you accumulate it, so you can identify, you can calculate the overall time required for completion of a project. So accurate estimation of activity duration is crucial for developing a realistic project schedule. So first one is the inputs for this process. Our first one is the project schedule management. This plan outline the criteria and methods for estimating, scheduling, monitoring and controlling the project schedule. Next one is the scope baseline. Scope baseline defines the scope statement, the things which we are going to deliver, and also it tells you the things which you are not going to deliver. Then the work breakdown structure. Work breakdown structure simply tells you that how to divide a project scope of work into smaller pieces so that you can estimate it. Then WBS dictionary, which help in understanding the work that needs to be done. Then resource calendar is another input. Resource calendar tells you inform you about the availability and allocation of resources, that for example 2 resources will be available in the month of January, next 2 will be available from mid of January, etc. So basically it is just a calendar which informs you about the availability of resources, and those resources could be human resources, hardware, material, equipment, etc. Next is the risk register. A risk basically in project management called as the uncertainty. It can be a positive or it can be a negative thing as well. So it tells you the information about risk and uncertainties that may impact the activity duration. Then the resource requirements. Resource requirements tells you about the type and quantity of resources required for each activity. For example, two software developers are required. One server is required. One server is required for testing. One is required for production. One DevOps resource is required. So basically, this tells you about the resource requirement. Next is the tools and techniques. First one is the expert judgment, that the duration which you are calculating for an activity, it must have to be discussed with any expert person. Expert person means any person who has the domain expertise. Then analogous estimation is another technique. Basically, this technique is based on the concept of historical information, that in the past we have done in such type of projects. So based on that, we can do the estimation for the future based projects. Then parametric estimation is basically using the statistical relationships between historical data and other variables such as size, weight or complexity to calculate the duration. 3-point estimation involve using optimistic, pessimistic and most likely estimates to calculate a weighted average, providing a more realistic duration estimate. There is a formula for 3-point estimation such to calculate the 3-point estimation value. Then the group decision making techniques like brainstorming and the Delphi method can be employed to obtain more accurate estimates through collective input. So basically in this method what happened that few people sit together, they are discussing about the idea and try to find out and reach out some level of consensus. The output of the whole process is the activity duration estimates. That means you have the estimated amount of time for that each activity will take to complete. It's important to provide a realistic range and consider uncertainties. Then you must have the basis of estimates as well. That means the documentation that provides the reasoning and assumptions behind the activity duration estimates. For example, you are saying that it will take 1 month. So what is the reason? Maybe the resource is engaged on any other project, maybe resource is not available in this month for personal reason, so etc etc. So you just have the reasons and you just have the assumptions behind the calculation of the activity duration. Then based on that, documents should be updated. First one is the risk register. Updates may be made based on the identification of new risks during the estimation process. Resource calendars may be updated, like the adjustment may be made based on resource availability and constraints. Project schedule can also be updated with more accurate duration information. Here, friend, the considerations are very important. First one, the expertise involved leveraging the knowledge and experience of individuals or groups who are familiar with the work being estimated. Historical information helps you a lot, that in the past if we have done such projects, so it gives you a valuable insights for estimating durations. Uncertainties are important to account for uncertainties and risk that could impact activity durations. Dependencies are very important. You must know the dependencies between different activities, because if you have a clarity, then only then you can create the project schedule properly. Next is the estimating activity duration is an iterative process and may need to be revisited as more information become available. The accuracy of estimates improves as the project progresses and details become known. Collaboration and communication with relevant stakeholders are essential for obtaining accurate duration estimates. The goal of the estimate activity duration process is to provide a realistic foundation for developing the project schedule, allowing for effective planning and management of project activities. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching.